Hi, my name is Kayla Hamlin, and today I'm going to be doing a presentation on nonverbal communication and what has to do pros and tips for job interviews. So what I did is I went and looked online, and I came across a website called thebalance.com, and they did an article on different tips of things to do and things to not do during an interview. And the first major point that they came up with is that what's important when interviewing is to appear professional, attentive, and confident throughout the entire interview process. So basically, it's not just the before or just the after or just in the middle. It's throughout the entire thing from beginning to end that is very important. So during the interview, they pointed out a handful of things that you need to do. You should be polite and keep an even tone in your speech. So you shouldn't talk super loud or super quiet. If you talk too loud, you might come off as more aggressive. And if you're too quiet, you often come off as more shy, which is not something that they necessarily want. Um, don't lean back, so they don't want you to appear too relaxed. If you appear relaxed, you might not seem like you are going to take the job seriously, and that's not something that you want to be portraying. Keep your feet on the floor. So that's the one thing, ladies, don't cross your legs, and that comes across the whole. If you cross your legs, then you seem withdrawn and like you're not going to be very communicative with your coworkers or cooperative, and it looks more shut down. And then if you don't know what to do with your hands, something you can do that I do is I hold a pencil or a pen and just take notes. Bring a piece of paper or a pad or something like that, and you can take notes throughout the interview. So it makes it seem A, like you're paying attention, and B, it portrays that then you're not using your hands all over the place when talking, and it doesn't distract you or doesn't distract the interviewer from what you're trying to say. It doesn't distract from your experiences or anything like that. You don't seem over the top. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to bring up is what to bring. The number one thing they said is appearance is key. So they said in your appearance, it's going to incorporate bringing a copy of your resume and a note, some things like a notepad and a pen. You'll look more prepared. And you look more complete. You don't look like you're just coming in with absolutely no idea, no preparation, no backup in case say they don't have their files or such, and they weren't able to, and they wanted to be able to write on your resume, and you don't have a copy, and they don't have a copy, then it kind of looks really badly on you. Another thing they said is your shoes are very important. Apparently, that's a really old saying, is that a lot of people can tell a lot of things about you based on what kinds of shoes you wear. So you don't want to bring scuffed up shoes or really crappy old high heels that are like falling apart, ladies. Make sure they're nice and shiny and polished. You don't want to seem unprofessional. Another thing that is specific to women, they said bring an extra pair of pantyhose because say you get out of the car and you get a run in it, for example, you don't want to appear unprofessional or unneat or unprepared in case something like that happens. So appearance is key. What you bring and what you're wearing is very important. And then lastly, they said there's a handful of things that you should definitely not bring when it comes to an interview. These items, when included in your appearance, makes it seem very unprofessional. Things like cell phone, iPod, or iPhone nowadays, gum, cigarettes, candy, soda, or coffee, and again, scuffed shoes or messy or not clean clothes. So you don't want to be saying that you'd be a really great sales representative for cars and be texting on your phone while you're saying it, not paying attention, not keeping eye contact. And that was another thing that is brought up throughout our book, not just the website, but our book. Eye contact is very important because you often eye contact is portrayed as if you keep eye contact, then it's portrayed that you're paying attention, that you're attentive, and that you're actually listening, and you're not off somewhere in your own world thinking, not paying attention to what the person is saying. So if you're sitting down there texting on your iPhone or your iPod or your phone in general, then it's you're gonna lose eye contact and it's gonna seem unprofessional and like you don't want to be there. And you don't want to be chewing gum because then it often comes off as obnoxious and often unprofessional. How many sales representatives you see chewing gum or eating in front of you when they're trying to sell you something. Probably not very many. And then just the cigarettes and candy, you don't want to be, like I said, eating or anything, because then it just comes off as not really very attentive. And these were my two works cited: the book, Nonverbal Behavior and Interpersonal Relations, and the website, The Balance, with the article, Tips to Learn How to Use Nonverbal Communication at a Job Interview. So I hope you appreciate their presentation, and good luck at all your job interviews. Have a great day.